Hi students, welcome to the ultimate simplified, dumbed down, no need to panic, hands in your hair crash course on writing a poem. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick because you don't have a lot of time, right? So if you want to write a poem, the first thing you might think is like, I cannot write the poem, help, help, panic, panic. Or I really dislike writing. Or why did my teacher ask me to do this? I didn't sign up for this. I'm supposed to learn math and English. Why do we need to write poems? Well, because, yeah, simply you're being asked to do so, right? And also it helps you understand language a little bit better. But don't panic, there's a way out. And the first thing is to stop thinking that I cannot write a poem. And anyways, we're not only going to learn about writing a poem, we'll also learn about how to do proofreading and how to make your text or poem better structured and written in higher quality. Okay, so where do we start? Well, you start with a blank page, of course, and that's the scary part, that you even don't know what to do. The clock is ticking, only 10 minutes. Well, I'm not sure if you can open Google during a mid-exam or anything like that, but just if you do any kind of exercise that is not at school but in your own time, you can certainly use Google to find inspiration. You can also find inspiration by listening to your feelings. That sounds like you're going to a psychiatrist or working on your diary. I just literally mean just sit down, wait, what's going on right now? I don't want to do this. Okay, that's a feeling. I really don't like writing. That's a feeling. I feel scared that I cannot finish this in time. It's a feeling. And I feel bored. I feel frustrated. I miss my friends. I hate the pandemic. All of those are feelings. You can use them. You can just write it down. You can just write down. See, there's no need to have writer's block. You can always write something. You can just write. Oh, sorry. You can just write nonsense. As long as you start trusting things to paper, not real paper. Yeah, it can be real paper. Editing is for later. Don't think about nice. Don't think about what is good. Don't think about grammar. Don't think about spelling. Forget everything that you learned in English class when you start writing in the creative phase, okay? But inspiration, maybe sitting down and thinking about feelings is not the way to get inspired. Maybe remembering a movie that you saw, maybe listening to your favorite music helps. But I can find inspiration in pictures. I go to Google, everybody always goes to Google. But there's the thing, we want to find pictures. So how about you can find pictures, let's call it, because we're looking for inspiration, right? Inspiring. You can say anime if you like anime. You can type science fiction if you like science fiction, or traditional art, modern art. I like fantasy, so type that. Inspiring fantasy wallpaper. Okay, now we want to click on images. Wow. Okay, let's see. So much to pick from. Unicorns? No, I'm tired of unicorns. I want something out of the ordinary. I just saw the guy with the flaming sword in the middle of the ocean. Isn't that weird? Why don't I just copy that image and I'm just putting it in the document. It's actually a bit big, so I can make it smaller and it's still inspiring enough. Maybe if I keep reading scary blank page, it's not going to work for me. So uh, let's type something more inspiring. Oh, what's going on? Okay, sorry. All right, so where do we start? We can just start under the. Is that big enough? Okay. Well, what do we write in the beginning? I mean, you cannot just use magic and conjure up a poem or a story or an essay. So first thing is observation and feeling. Observation is what do I see? It looks like an ocean, but it looks frozen. Frozen ocean or lake or body of water or glass surface, whatever that's what it looks like. I see light shining through clouds. I see single man, woman, I think a man, but carrying sword. Wait, let's say flaming sword. um, there's not much else to really see, so then I have to go back to my own experience and mostly feelings, impressions. There's nobody else. What does it make me feel? Abandoned, lonely, um, maybe brave. He's brave, maybe, or she. Um, you must have a certain power. I feel power. Have power to walk on a frozen ocean with a flaming sword. Where does it even come from? And there's a contrast, like cold versus heat, ice versus fire. I just see some contrast. Atmosphere is quite gloomy, threatening, because if you see a sky like that, it feels, but at the same time, maybe a hope. Okay, so what can we do with that? How can you write that into a poem? That's the challenging part. Frozen, frozen, and we can do, see, there we have it, alliteration, frozen, forgotten, forgotten because there's forever, frozen, or frozen forever. Ocean, something with the ocean. Where once was water. That has a nice sound to it. Right? Where once was water, now lies ice. stretching endlessly. One, and standing arms, forlorn, like words like that, forlorn, or abandoned, gloomy, forlorn, fierce, with flames, but forlorn, and facing doom until hope awakens. Okay. Just as it, so yeah, I use some of those words, but not all of them. Okay, now let's see what we've got. Forgotten, frozen forever, where once was water. Now lies ice, stretching. Can we make a rhyme of it? Ever, clever, never. Lever. Stretching. And now lies ice, stretching. We can make that sound. Now lies ice. Highs, mice. Highs. You can actually go to back to Google. That time with ice. See? Device. Here you have the rhyme zone. Go there. And we see vice. Vice. Once was water, now winters. Merciless. Let's call it a device. Now lies winters merciless. device. Capital letter to make it a proper noun because it's like winter, like in Mother Nature, some kind of intelligent being. One man. Man is just a common one. One. Don't have to use but. Just make it shorter. One man standing his ground. Okay, I can see this. I'm copying that here. Forlorn. Forsaken. One mortal. Unforgotten, frozen. Frozen. Forever frozen. Unforgotten, forever frozen ice. Where once was water. And now lies winter's merciless device. One mortal. One mortal. Steps. See, stand. And find synonyms for that. To find a better word. See? No, that's not what I'm looking for. How about walking? One mortal. Two patrols. Plots. Stroll. One mortal marches. Four forsaken. Why is this wrong? Because he doesn't understand poetry. Fierce with flames. Flames. Yes. I need a word that rhymes with water to make it better. Maybe that's not it. Make it a woman. Dauntless. Wait, that's a game. Yeah. Let's make it a woman. Mortal can be anything. Dauntless daughter, facing doom until hope awakens. Okay. So now we have to check. Check, check, check. Proofreading. We no longer need the picture. And then we can give it a title. Dauntless. That is actually a cool one. Okay. You can choose a a nice font that's hard to read. It's beautiful, but I like this one. Ooh, it's hard to read, but I love it. It's very artistic. Okay, then this one I need to make it bigger, but I want to make sure that the sentences are not cut to pieces. Okay, so but actually you don't want to do your editing in this script because it's hard to read. So you have to make sure that your title has capitals in the nouns, in the verbs, in the first words. There are rules for that, right? You can just type it in Google. What to capitalize in a title, right? See, you can just Google everything. Then let's see. Let's read. Unforgotten, forever, frozen. Why did I use a hyphen? Because this is like an adjective before the noun. Unforgotten, forever, frozen, ice. I have to say it like that. Ice forever frozen doesn't rhyme. So I have to. If you're a poet, you can change the order of the words. So you don't have to worry about the normal rules for grammar. But there are still rules, but you can play a little bit with it. It's hard to explain where the boundaries are between wrong and between poetical freedom. So you have to use the internet to start your search, or just ask me. Unforgotten, forever, frozen, ice. Yeah, you have to. If it's a poem, it's better to use a capital letter at the beginning, even if it's actually the same sentence, but every line should have a capital. That is the rule that I learned, but it doesn't mean that's a hard rule, but it's a good one to follow. Okay, a comma, because the sentence continues. I think this is just one sentence, this whole poem. Where, on forgotten, forever frozen ice, where once was water and now lies winter's merciless device. Almost, it sounds like Shakespeare. Okay, let's not back here. One mortal marches, because it just sounds better than stands, because it has the alliteration with repetition of the same. You have to play a little bit with those poetical devices, okay? Forlorn, forsaken. Of course, maybe you're not going to use words like that. You can make a much simpler poem. This is me. You can use simpler words like a hero stands, sad but brave. Or you can use your own simple words, okay? But you can use the synonym tool in Google again. You just find synonyms for the words that you know. You can find fancier words that mean the same thing. So that's the good thing about modern technology, right? Fierce with flames. See, okay, good. I have a capital here. There's a comma. Why? Because there's a pause, because it's a different thing you say. It's actually also a contrast. One mortal marches. Marches on. That's better. Marches on. Forlorn, forsaken. Fierce with flames. A dauntless daughter. See, I forgot commas here. Comma. A dauntless daughter facing doom until hope awakens. I just like that contrast. I always like from dark to light. Like for example, let's get back to Harry Potter. I always talk a lot about Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars. Well, you can talk about most of those movies. So where Professor Snape, who is always thought of as evil, finally reveals that he actually wanted to protect and help Harry Potter, even though he still did bad things that he could have avoided had he really been true to his heart. But still, I like the conversion from an evil person to a good person in the end, even more than I like the good ones just being good, because it's just boring. I like the when people are converted from dark to light. Okay. So now we've got our poem. We've got our poem. Don't so why do we need to put those commas, and why do you need to check that? Because it doesn't make sense if you remove all the commas. Then how does it read? For example, I can just Control Z, right? Otherwise, I'll be in really, really, really bad mood. No, so if I remove all the commas, and then see, you'll hear when I read it why. Okay, dauntless daughter, unforgotten, forever frozen ice, where once was water, and now lies winter's merciless device. One mortal marches on, forlorn, forsaken, fierce with flames, a dauntless daughter facing doom until hope awakens. Really? Okay, so it's to Control Z, 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 Control Z. Okay, that's it. Now I really want to save it. I'll save it as Dauntless Daughter. Okay. Now read it with commas. Can you hear the difference? Dauntless Daughter. Oh, too fast. Unforgotten, forever frozen ice, where once was water, and now lies winter's merciless device. One mortal marches on, forlorn, forsaken, fierce with flames, a dauntless daughter, facing doom until hope awakens. So I make my voice a little bit more agitated and threatening when I talk about things like flames and fears, and especially doom and merciless device. And my voice is a little bit gentler but kinder when I speak about things like hope. Your voice, when you read the poem, should or read anything, any kind of text that has some kind of emotion or tone to it, should reflect the underlying tone somehow, if you can. And then you also know that there is emotion in text, even in words. There is emotion. At least we can read it in there, right? All right. So what if I don't read it with any emotion? Well, you just hear the difference. Dauntless daughter, unforgotten, forever frozen ice, where once was water, and now lies winter's merciless device. One mortal marches on, forlorn, forsaken, feast with flames, a dauntless daughter facing doom until hope awakens. Okay, so did you already fall asleep? Probably. So one more time, but this time I'm gonna read it in the most dramatic way possible. Okay, so fasten your seatbelt, take your medicine, and take a deep breath, because here it comes. Dauntless daughter, unforgotten, forever frozen eyes, where once was water, and now lies winter's merciless device. One mortal marches on, forlorn, forsaken, fierce with flames, a dauntless daughter, facing doom until hope awakens. Okay, I hope you liked it. You can practice a little bit by yourself. Don't panic. There's always hope. There's always inspiration. You can always use many tools, and you just find them in Google, like synonym finder, rhyming words finder, online dictionaries, everything. Can you use it during a mid-exam? Depends on your teacher. But in any case, you have to practice even before you do the exam, right? So you can practice it during those times. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this helped. I hope this inspired a little bit. And I see you guys next time. Stay cool, stay awesome, and stay inspired. Okay?